Hello, this is wmpyr. This is an update video, and I have a whole ton to talk about, so I need to get started. First off, the most important thing is for me to just say thank you to you guys, my viewers. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, I'm not just saying that. It's a big deal. It is a big deal because I've been on YouTube a long, long time, and honestly, a lot of it was because of the support and encouragement, the friendship, the interaction that I got from you guys. And that to me is what made YouTube so special. That compared to like TV or going to the movies, this is almost like a TV and a convention rolled into one where you're watching a video, but then you might be able to interact with the maker. When the channel's huge, I realize that's just impossible. But my channel is not that big, so I can totally interact with you guys, and it's just been really, really awesome. So in my videos, you're not gonna see me say rate, comment, and subscribe every video. People say stuff like that. I don't like it when I'm watching a video and that comes out. So I don't do it to you guys. Another thing is you're not going to see me post an advertisement every 5 minutes or every 10 minutes or right in the middle of the video. I'm not going to do that, okay? Because I don't like it when I'm watching a video on YouTube and that happens. So once again, if I don't like it, I'm not going to do. Why do it to you guys? You guys are important to me. Um, so yeah. Another thing was through Google, there was like this app, I guess, that allowed for for me to sell some kind of merchandise underneath my videos. And I was like, why not? It's a free app, and I did it. And so for a while there, it was there. Now it's gone, but it was there, and you could buy like T-shirts and stuff. Because I remember, in the past, there's been people who they made wmpyr T-shirts and stuff like that, and I thought it was so cool. I appreciate that. I remember I held contests, and people sent in their artworks of my wmpyr logo, and just amazing interaction like that. So I really appreciate that. So on this app, I was able to sell T-shirts and stuff, and I was supposed to control the amount of profit that I wanted to make. So the more expensive the T-shirt, the more profit I would get. Well, I want you guys to know I put the profit to 1 penny, because I'm not trying to, get you guys' praise or anything like that. I'm just saying I don't like the watching videos where they're constantly like Patreon this, you could support me financially here. This is my wants list on Amazon. You can buy me stuff there, send me birthday presents. This kind of stuff is really silly to me. To me, you guys are viewers. You guys are not my fans, okay? Because when I start calling you guys fans, I feel like it. I think of myself as a quasi-celebrity or some kind of superstar, and it's silly. All I am is a guy that has been on YouTube a long time, and like I said, thanks to you guys, and I'm here to just help. I'm a guide. That's it. I'm someone who has been on the martial path for a long time, and other people that want to get into martial arts and stuff, I could just provide some info, some insight. I am a guide. That's it. My words are not written in stone or in gold or anything like that. So, I can't take myself too seriously like that. And I see other people on YouTube doing that, and they're taking themselves super seriously. And I see their viewers also take them real seriously. I don't think that's a very healthy thing. So, I'm just on a different page, on a different format than that. It to me, it was kind of like the way I walked martial arts was also, I'd rather be a white belt, that can actually fight or defend themselves or had real skill than a black belt that couldn't. You know what I mean? So same thing, kind of like for YouTube. I would rather have uh, a smaller YouTube channel than a much larger YouTube channel with a whole bunch of, you know, how do you call it, animosity, uh, and just negativity, and I'm doing it because it's just money coming in, and I really don't care for it. I don't like it. That is something I definitely didn't want to do. Now, of course, I want to be successful, of course, but that I've always kind of made it secondary, and that probably hurts me a lot. But you know what? Um, Once again, I am enjoying my YouTube journey here, and that's all it is. I'm nothing special, and I'm just working on it. And yeah, so for this video, just wanted to really share my appreciation with you. I view myself as an artist, whether it's martial arts or creating something or building something. I like to view myself as an artist. I was always close to art, so that's the viewpoint that I have. And you guys showing any kind of interest, thank you so much. That's all it is. Okay, so here, let me try to respond back to some of the comments, and I apologize because this is, because of the hack bots right now. I'm trying to stay away from that, because normally I would respond back to you to pretty much every single comment that I can, unless they're like negative or something, then I just ignore them. But so that's what I try to do. But right now, because of the hack bots, I don't, and it's kind of weird for me. It is kind of strange. So I'm not ignoring you guys, and I do try to read every single one, and I do try to think about them, and some of these questions I feel like I need to answer. So number one was an email where they asked me about private lessons and semi-private lessons, in-person training. Okay, so if you live in the Houston area, I used to offer that. Right now, because of COVID, it's a no. I don't teach in person right now. Okay. I do teach online through video cam, so I'll do that. And all the info about classes, price, and things of that nature, including what I teach and my resume, my martial arts resume and stuff like that, you can find on my website, wmpyr.itgo.com. There's also a frequently asked page, and I also get a bunch of questions on Stickman, so that's on there as well. So please visit my website, or if you have questions, you could directly ask me at knifebat@yahoo.com. The other thing was, let's see, this comment says, I suppose you'd also have to compensate for pulling the blades back out if you're going for stabbing motions like that, right? And the answer is yes. For when you stab, how you stab, the angle that you stab, what you're stabbing, all that can affect. It can change things. Your blade can get caught, and if you make weird angles and going into a combo or something, you could kind of almost disarm yourself or hurt your fingers and things like that. So it is important. This was in reference to a video that I made, double knife Heaven 6 movement in the reverse grip. Okay, so that was that video. I've made other videos where I'm just in the garage and it's not instructional. All I'm doing is I have a cardboard box and I have live blades in the reverse grip, and you can see me doing exactly that, just going to town on it. And in it, I just shut my mouth and you just see me doing it. And I think that's valuable in a way for people to see. I could try to explain it and do breakdowns of it, but it's just, sometimes it's important just to see it, just to actually see it in action. So I try to make videos like that for you guys as well. So please check that one out, and you can actually see what I'm doing there, how I stab, the angles that I'm using, and when I am doing these kinds of rapid combinations, how am I actually cutting. You can see all that in the video. So the next one is, hey dude, do you have an online school? It's not an online school, but I do teach via video cam. So it's like using Skype or Facebook cam or some other method. We'll figure something out, and I'll teach that way. Yes, I do charge for that for my time, but yeah, so I do that as well. Let's see, let's keep going. Let's see. Where did I get this? This was in reference to a Lego video. Where did I get this? It was a Lego minifigure. It's probably at the time I got it at either Walmart or Target in stores, just like everybody else. Yeah, and now you'd probably have to go online to get it. Let me see. There's some other comments that I've gotten. So let's see. Okay, so this Music and Coffee, who has been a guy that has sent me some emails. We've talked via email, and he's been leaving comments on my YouTube channel for a long, long time. I really appreciate it, bro. And this guy, he said, a fantastic discussion in reference to Toy Talk with Sensei Rick. So this was one of the things. Okay, I was trying to help Mr. Kevin, my student, get his YouTube channel started by doing a discussion. Sometimes people, they're not ready, and it could be psychological, and if that's the case, hey, I'm not here to push anyone, force anyone. I think you got to find that comfort zone. You gotta be ready, and then once that is established and you need some pushing, then the coach part in me comes out. But I don't think maybe he was ready for that. I'm not sure, or maybe he just got busy. I don't know. But Sensei Rick was another guy that I was doing the exact same thing with, and he seems ready. He seems really motivated to do this and stuff. So I've been trying to help him out, get his YouTube channel started. He wants to explore the YouTube experience. And I think he's been thinking about it for a long time, but now he's really, really interested and feels like he is able to. Now at this point in his life right now, he's just come. It's a right timing, maybe. So in the meantime, I've been doing these like podcast style long videos with the guy. And I think, I've known him for a very, very long time. I mean, we used to go to college together. We used to hang out together. There was even a time where I lived with him. It was a crazy time in San Antonio. He had rented a house, and he lived in this one house that he paid for, that he rented with. There were 3 rock and roll girls. So they were a band. So these band girls, I mean, they living the band life, which is kind of crazy. They would perform. He had an in-home studio, recording studio that they could actually record. It was very professional looking, actually. And I've heard them play, and I was like, wow, they're good. He's a lifelong musician too, Sensei Rick. But these girls, I don't even know how they met or what, but they lived with him. So it was the 4 of them, and then there was another dude that was living with him too. So it was 5 of them. And then at the time, I just moved to San Antonio, and my goal there was to open up a martial arts school, which I did. But first, I needed to stay there, scope out the area, figure out where to open the school. Where my studio was going to be, and even more important was where I was going to live. I thought it'd be nice if I could just live in the studio and cut costs that way, but it didn't turn out that way. So I had to get this, really, really cheap apartment in a bad neighborhood. It was right in front of North Star Mall, and that North Star Mall is a big, famous landmark mall in San Antonio. If you ever go to San Antonio, Texas, so I lived right in front of it. Okay, so you can see it. You can see it. There was a I don't even remember the name of the stores and stuff, but there was a seafood restaurant like right there. That was, what was it? I want to say it was Barnacle Bill's, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't. It could have been a Landry's or something like that, one of those chain seafood restaurants. And then on over here, there was a on the right side across the street, so it was on my side. There was this barbecue restaurant. It was forgot the name. I used to go there all the time. But it was a chain type barbecue restaurant. It was good. I don't really see them here in Houston, but anyway, I'm going off sidetrack. But so yeah, I lived I was like, can you give me 1 week or was it 2 weeks? I don't remember, for me to find the apartment, and until then, can I crash here with you? So I briefly lived with them in that crazy home with all those crazy characters. So anyway, it's nice to see Sensei Rick on YouTube again, and to be interacting with him this much again, because it's just been so far away, and we're not in the same city anymore, and it's been a long time since I feel like we're hanging out almost in person. All right, so let's see what else. Could you please share the model of your LLC knife? I come to rethink my self-defense EDC. Emerson Wave design has been in my mind until I found CRKT Provoke. It's along the line of force continuum escalation you're talking about there, but it's a karambit, and I think it may be harder to explain legally if I end up using it compared to if I hold your LLC knife. Now, the force continuum, I'm not quite sure that it applies to the Emerson Wave or the CRKT Provoke, so I'm not quite sure you're talking about. I think it's possible, but not to the extent of the way the LLC knife was built. LLC knife was, that is a force continuum knife. So I'm not quite sure what you're talking about there, but the LLC knife that I have is the, I have several. I have the Persian, which was the original one. It's a sword-shaped blade. So that's the first one, was the Persian. And then my favorite one is the Spear Point, and that was sent to me way later. And then there's a whole bunch of different blade shapes on there on the website of www.commonsense self-defense street combat. So Common Sense CSSD-SC.com. Okay. So you can, just pick the blade shape that is good for you. Now, if you're finding that some of those are maybe too expensive, then on Amazon you can find the Bram Frank designs, the same designer, by Mantis Knives, and that one is going to be a lot more affordable. You should be able to buy it with shipping for around $25. Now the pricing on Amazon constantly changes, so just keep on the lookout, but you should be able to buy it for under 25 on there, and that's a phenomenal deal, and then if you like that, then you can move up to an LLC knife. But yeah, so that's one way to experience that. Okay, so yeah, that's all I could recommend. The LLC knife and the Emerson knife, totally different. And the CRKT Provoke, I think also totally different knives there. So the last two are karambits. Today I did yard work, and I had my karambit out, and I had to use it to cut all this kind of weeds and stuff that was growing on the fence and stuff like that. So I cut them all off with the karambit. It's just a very useful knife. And then immediately I just, rather than trying to put it away, I just had it in my hand, and then I started mowing the lawn while I'm holding the karambit. The loop really, really helps that finger ring, you know. So yeah, as I was doing that, I was just thinking, yeah, the karambit, it's very, very useful. And if it was a regular straight kind of knife, I'd have to angle it properly. That karambit, it hooks. It just hooks so well. So it's just a darn shame that today, in today's society, people see the karambit as like this tactical weapon. It's a combat knife. It's a darn shame because, like I said, for me, I used it 100% today as a just a everyday lawn care, you know, to do the lawn, and it was perfect. It worked out great. So you know, great for cutting weeds and stuff like that. It's just a darn shame that it's gone that way. However, I feel like the people today, we have it very lucky in a sense that the karambit, yes, it's seen as this combat tactical knife, but it's not banned. You know, the karambit is the kind of like the poster child for silat, not Filipino martial arts, for silat. Okay, the only reason why you'll see Filipino martial arts people train with a karambit and stuff is because a lot of times Filipino martial arts is also combined with silat because they're both Southeast Asian martial arts. They kind of go well together. Um, but originally for Filipino martial arts, it's the Bali song. It's just that that got banned. So if it wasn't for that, I think today we would see the Bali song as the poster child for Kali, Eskrima, and Arnis, but we don't because it became banned. So now Filipino martial arts is famous, but it's kind of like it doesn't have a knife. You know, it's empty because the Bali song got taken away. So I think that's where Professor Bram Frank's knife kind of trying to fill that void there. And so the LLC knife is that knife for Filipino martial arts. That, at least that's the way that I view it. And you know, it in some ways the concept of the Bali song is 100% in the LLC knife. A lot of people may not know this, but the Bali song was designed to be used closed for self-defense. And that's exactly the same as the LLC. So, you know, the concepts have been um, passed on into the LLC knife. And the only reason why the function of the LLC knife, the way it does that is the way it opens up with the two handles that separate and like that, is because it makes it an incredibly strong knife. I mean, it wiggles and stuff, but it's strong once you open it up like that. That's I mean, I can't think of you know anything else, but that is a very strong lock. You know, just the mechanism of a Bali song, of a butterfly knife. So that was the whole idea, and then people saw that, oh, you could flip it. So the flipping and the playing with it is really secondary or even third, tertiary. It's not the main idea for that knife. Okay. But anyway, let me move on here and try to answer a little bit more. The video is getting long, so I apologize for that. Let's see. Oh, with the UFC 251, the one thing that I forgot to mention, and I did send an email to the Killa Method over there, and he told me that he really likes Jose Aldo. So Jose Aldo, phenomenal fighter, amazing fighter. It's just kind of a darn shame when he fought Conor McGregor. But then again, the lesson there is amazing, that you could be, you know, balls of steel, this amazing fighter with an amazing record, and a guy who's been in wars and everything, and the toughest man you could think of, and psychologically he could just break down like that and not be himself in a fight that, if they fought again, I mean, I'm sure he has all the tools to give Conor McGregor a run for his money, but if you get someone's mind, then man, they can break down so fast, you know, and they won't fight to their full potential. And that was, to me, exactly the case right there. But anyway, let me go further in here. Let's see what else. Usman gave a wrestling fundamentals clinic at times. Yeah, Usman is an amazing fighter. Personally, that fight that he had with Colby Covington was really impressive to me, and I like the way Colby Covington fights. To me, that is textbook, and that is a very hard style to beat. Usman, in my eyes, did the same thing. He used that Colby Covington tactic on Mr. Masvidal. And yeah, so he was accused of fighting boring. It's textbook. It's solid. It's very difficult to beat that. Textbook is very strong in that sense. However, Masvidal was constantly looking for the KOs. That's very admirable too. And man, if one of those landed, or if Usman was just in one of those situations where he just felt wrong, or he felt out of place, then more chance for something crazy to happen. And I think Masvidal would have had a very strong chance. Very, very, very strong chance. But okay, so yeah, this is the Killer Method says, my boy Aldo lost. I'm so upset. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. So, oh yeah, Open Mind says, it was the best content of all your videos so far. Thank you very much. And this was in response to my Sensei Rick DTG Taiho Jitsu. To me, it's very important to bring him up and remember the man, because he's definitely one of the reasons that I've continued on YouTube and helped me continue and handle some of the things that go on YouTube, or at least in my eyes, handle it better. So yeah, that was very important for me to mention him. And yeah, let me keep going. Let's see. Yeah, Naihan Chikempo, another guy who's been commenting on my YouTube channel for a long time, and I really appreciate that, bro. So I miss him. His idea of sharing through video and hashtag self-defense techniques was great, but the YouTube removed the video reply. I still remember when his wife emailed me a few days before he sent me an email. Could have been a CC style email and may have been sent to others. His thoughts were all over the place. Like he was in a manic depression. He talked randomly about work problems and the work politics, his plan of starting a seminar with us, his health. I knew something was very wrong, but I was in the Midwest. He was in Canada. I couldn't do a thing, and at the time didn't know his full name. I found out some sad things after a Google search. So yeah, with Sensei Rick, I know what you're saying, because on his YouTube channels, I was subscribed to him. And he would always kind enough to watch our videos and comment on ours and encourage ours and leave positive comments. But I did notice that he sometimes looked like he was very angry and frustrated about things. I did get that, especially towards the end there from his videos. I was like, oh man, something doesn't seem right. So yeah, just like you, I definitely felt helpless. This guy, Me Horror Show, says, I only agree 35% of this video as usual. Well, whatever that means. But look, all I gotta say, dude, okay, is that if you don't agree with my stuff, then don't worry about it, okay? I'm not gonna argue with you. It's just a waste of time, okay? So I'm here to help. It wouldn't make sense to go to a psychiatrist who's trying to help you. You're paying him to help you, and you say, I disagree with your methods or something like that. Then you just leave. Go to someone else. That's all I can say. So, that's all I got to say about that. To me, it's never about agree or disagree, because then it's more like right or wrong. And once again, I try to instill in you guys, or to help you guys have the viewpoint that martial arts is a craft that you create. It's something that you nurture and grow. So if you go from right or wrong, that depends on perspective. Who's looking at it, you know? If someone is way better at Filipino martial arts than me and they look at me, then probably everything I'm doing is wrong. But am I on the right path? Am I getting there? Then who's to, he can't tell me you're wrong because I'm working at it, and if it gets me to the right place, then you gotta let the person walk their path. Unless they're doing something that is absolutely harmful to themselves, okay, or they're hurting other people, then yeah, you want to correct them, but otherwise let them walk their path. If you want to give advice and help guide them, and that's what I try to do, then that's fine. But at the same time, you don't want to do too much, because let them walk their path, right? So if I keep feeding them all the time, then I'm just getting someone that's like, a baby, and that's not good either. So what was it they said? Teach a starving person how to fish, rather than, if you give them fish, then they're always dependent on you. But if you teach them how to fish, now they're set for life, kind of thing, right? So that's kind of the idea there. Next video is Uncle Cow. Hey, bro. He says, great video, bro. Yeah, I miss Rick. Wish we could have done that seminar. It would have been fun. Thanks for the mention. Yeah, there's absolutely, yeah, he's Uncle Cow, and we were one of the guys with Sensei Rick. Next, I got to end this soon because I'm past the 30-minute mark. The killer method. This is actually very good advice. I have to learn to be more respectful in general, so I appreciate this a lot. Thanks, wmpyr. Hey, man, same here. That's just something I gotta constantly. You gotta do that all the time. Constantly check your ego. Try to be humble. Try to be respectful. Try to do that all the time. And oh yeah, I guess one of the issues that the guy earlier, where he disagreed with me, was about respect. The meaning of respect, I think what we're talking about is different. By respectful, I don't mean that it's a little bit different, because the Fremen in Dune, when they first appeared, who was it? Was it Gurney? Was it Duncan? Somebody said to Duke Leto, said the Fremen, they don't give their respect so easily. So that was kind of like he admired the Fremen because they don't give respect, they don't hand it out. And I understand that perspective, and maybe that's what you're talking about. And I agree with that 100%. But what I'm talking about is different, okay? What I'm talking about is, like, for example, you never know who you're messing with. So you got to give respect. And that doesn't mean, oh, I respect this person, that he's a good human being. No, I respect this person that they could do violence to me. So in that sense, I'm not going to be walking around like I own the place. I'm not going to be walking around like I'm the toughest dude in this store. I'm not going to do that. That's respect. That's a little bit different. That's a different kind of respect. And being nice, humble, and respectful, that doesn't mean you're going to be a doormat and let everyone step on you. That is not what I'm talking about either. And I believe that true kindness is not, hey, man, do whatever you want. To me, that's not true kindness, okay? That's a doormat, and that's different. So, just want to clarify with that. Okay, so... Ninja Texas. Here's another guy from the Ninja XTX. I don't think it's Texas. I don't think he's in Texas, but Ninja XTX. This guy is also one of the guys from the DTG Taiho Jitsu, and now he's kind of in charge. From my understanding, he's in charge of the Tetsu organization, which he changed the name to something else. He says, Tetsu is still here, and you were always welcome to participate. Thank you. I'm not quite sure what that participate means, and I kind of have to find my comfort zone as far as like where I fit in, if I even do fit in to it, because it has, from what I've seen, I feel like it has changed a little bit, and I even back when Sensei Rick was around, I was more like a lone wolf anyway. So for me, I just keep doing my own thing. But yeah, if there's, you know, I would like to somehow interact if that is possible and whatnot. But and I don't know what you guys do. I've definitely fallen in touch, but I am grateful for what Sensei Rick has passed on to me, and his, I don't want to say his legacy, but what he has left behind. I think it's something that definitely we are a group of friends, or at least we should be a group of friends, and we should be able to do something maybe more. But once again, I'm not in charge of that kind of thing, and I never liked politics anyway. So when you have an organization, a group, politics has to occur. It's just one of those things. So okay, next is Mr. Kyle R. I watched Doro Hedoro. Oh yeah, so this is. I was really happy to make this video for you guys, talking to you guys about this anime, which was originally a manga. To me, I don't want my YouTube channel to just be about martial arts. So this was awesome. So you watched Doro Hedoro. Awesome. I liked all of the new magical things that I learned, especially the person that can break other people's spells and stuff. Yeah, right. It goes into it the way they present magic is different, and different from some other animations and stories that have magic in it. It's a very, very interesting idea. The only problem I have with Netflix is that they weave such an elaborate system with the story in the first 10 episodes, but then the series ends and they're not really accountable after that. Yeah, this just came out 2020, Doro Hedoro. It's excellent. They gave us a season 1, and I think they're testing out the waters with it. So I hope that people like it and it does well, so that we get to see a season 2. So that's one of the reasons why I made this video, is to try to get people to check it out. And it is wild. Like I said, Doro means mud, Hedoro means sludge. So the story, the author is so proud that the story is so muddy. And as you're watching it, you're going, what is this mess? And you try to find out a little bit more as you watch. And that's an interesting, very interesting premise, just in storytelling. And the actual story is, I was surprised. I don't think it was super complex. When I read the manga, I was like, man, this is a mess. What's going on here? But it's fascinating. But when I watched the anime show, it was not as complex as I thought it was. In fact, I'd say the movie Dune is way, way, way more complex. But anyway, yeah, so that is awesome that you got to check it out. So, okay, let me stop around here, because we're getting to the 40-minute mark. So, yeah, I think this is a good place. So, once again, if you watch this video this long, thank you so much. I appreciate the interaction with you guys. This is what makes YouTube special. You know, just going through like this, and you guys are my viewers, and if you have questions, you can ask me. And if I get the chance, I want to tell you guys, thank you. Thank you for viewing my stuff. Just the support and things like that. The request videos, telling me that you've been practicing, that it's helped you out in some way, shape, or form. That is all. That means a lot. I'm not some corporation where I'm so far away from you guys. I'm just like you guys. I'm right here. So things are tough right now, and I haven't shared any of the stuff that's been going on in my personal life. I try to not put in too much personal stuff, but it is tough right now, and I'm sure for everybody. So under these times, we just got to make sure that we appreciate one another. coexist and just just share the love, I guess. So that's all I got for you guys tonight. Thank you so much, and take care, folks. Stay safe.